Here in Tennessee, the tip credit plays a key role in server salaries and restaurants' bottom lines. It allows employers to pay their tip workers about $2.13 per hour and then use the tips to cover the rest. But several other states require employers to shell out a lot more. State Capitol Reporter Tori Gessner explains how Tennessee's system stacks up.
In Tennessee, the weight of a tip is about more than just service. For server Doug Solo, his tips measure his success.
It's a reflection on how well you do in your job. It gives me an opportunity and incentive to want to go out to work harder.
Under Tennessee law, employers only have to pay their tipped workers $2.13 an hour, as long as their tips bring their salary up to the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. It's called a tip credit. Solo prefers this system, worried if his flat wage was any higher, his customers would tip him less.
They'll say, oh, they were getting a big high hourly wage and they'll stop tipping. Or the fact that employers use an excuse to cut people's hours or cut staff.
While Tennessee allows the tip credit, there are 7 other states where employers are required to pay their tipped workers the full minimum wage out of their own pockets. In 2022, voters in Washington, D.C. overwhelmingly chose to join this group. D.C. will phase out the tip credit by 2027, requiring employers to pay tipped workers $17.50 an hour on top of their tips. Even though D.C. is only a year into the transition, Andrew Klein, general counsel for the Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington, says customers and staff are already paying the price.
It's generated a great deal of confusion as operators have experimented with service charges, increased prices, cut staffing, and other methods to make up the additional wages that must be paid.
Klein says workers are concerned customers will stop tipping altogether, and D.C.'s independent restaurant scene will turn to chains. According to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, full-service restaurants in D.C. have cut 3,700 jobs since the jurisdiction started rolling back the tip credit in May 2023. But some union reps say the two aren't related.
We've seen no evidence that raising the tip minimum wage has led to restaurant closures or even fewer restaurant workers, nor have we heard that it's led to a decrease in tips.
The union argues the tip credit leads to wage theft and inequitable pay between those serving customers who are more likely to tip and those who aren't. They say eliminating it is the only way to ensure people are paid fairly.
What it does is just make sure that every worker, no matter whether they're at a fancy steakhouse or a chain, is going to at least be making the minimum wage.
Back in Tennessee, Solo says he's making a lot more than that thanks to the tip credit.
By doing a good job and working hard, you can be rewarded.
Claiming his 30-year career is proof enough. In Franklin, Tori Gessner.
Thank you, Tori. By the way, the topic of tips being discussed at the federal level. Former President Donald Trump proposed no taxes on tips back in June. Then in August, Vice President Kamala Harris proposed to adopt a similar policy if elected. Many economic and tax experts say it may not be an easy thing to actually do, though. We're going to hear about issues that lawmakers keep running into when trying to change this law coming up tonight at 6.